Let me tell you another one before I go back to my message. There is what we call the law of sacrifice. You may not know, but the greatest legal statement that was ever made was not in our courts, was Calvary. It's a legal statement. And the potential of that sacrifice that was made is inexhaustible, because death can produce life. That's the law of sacrifice. So if you want to have a ministry of life, you want to have a ministry of life, so that the merchandise that you'll be giving off through your ministry is life. People encounter your ministry, they touch the life of God. If you want a ministry of life, Apostle Paul gives us some insight. He says, so death walketh in us, so that life will walk in you. That's the law of sacrifice. Oh, someone that is not willing to sacrifice by fasting, sacrifice by prayer, sacrifice by night prayers, sacrifice by long prayers, sacrifice by intermittent prayers, don't expect life. Because anytime life is made manifest, it is because something was sacrificed. You want life? Jesus sacrificed himself, and the effect of that sacrifice is that we have access to his life. If you want to have the ministry of life, you are going to accept a life of sacrifice. That is the only way. You know, hallelujah. Do you know a church can be a dead church? A minister can be a dead minister. And most times, if there's enough finances to pay the bills, you don't know that you have died. So in order for God to help you, he needs to allow something terrible happen that will wake you up from your slumber. Wherefore he said, awake, O thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and Christ will give you light. It takes sacrifice. It takes sacrifice. If I tell you the number of hours I prayed yesterday, you will not believe. You think I'm lying. But even after those number of hours, I couldn't preach, because my master was dishonored. You can't do that in a mosque. You can't do it in the mosque. You can't do that in a shrine where Satan's name is revered. But you know, everything goes in the house. Not where I am. I will go. I will leave you. I revere him, because I will not be alive today if he did not choose. I'm not talking about spiritual life. Physically, I would not be alive today if he did not choose, by an act of his will, this one should live. So I chose to worship him intimately, and I will defend his name till the day I die. So when I see people that don't, I will walk away. You don't even understand. No need to explain to you. Let me show you something quickly. The spirit realm is legalistic. So if I take you to the book of Revelation, you are going to see that Satan is identified as an accuser. Are you there? Satan is identified as an accuser because the layout, an aspect of the layout of the spirit realm is legal in nature. In the book of Genesis chapter 4, beginning from verse 8, where Cain killed Abel. After Cain killed Abel, according to human laws, there are only two types of witnesses that we have in the court of law. And that's the eyewitness and the expert witness. The expert witness is a doctor that has a specialty in internal medicine that can come up with an autopsy report about the circumstances resulting to somebody's death. And even though the doctor was not there, his report can affect justice. So there are two kinds of witnesses. And Cain knew those two witnesses were not present when he killed his brother. And then he was summoned to the court of heaven. And I don't have time to press that matter. You might ask me, how was he summoned? It is written in the Bible. It was the blood of his brother that he killed that was responsible for the summon. He cried into the court of heaven, seeking justice. So the court of heaven decided to sit on the matter. And they gave Cain a moment to address the court under the instruction of cross-examination. Are you there? And the question was, where is Abel, your brother? I'm just showing you that realm you call the spirit realm is legalistic in nature. There's law there. There's order there. And the reason why I'm showing you that there's law in the spirit realm is because even though Cain was ignorant of the legal system there, he was still judged by the legal system there.